In Holland, though, they're waking up, while here in America, we're going in the wrong direction. They're cracking down on pot clubs. We're opening up more pot clubs. They're cracking down on free prostitution. We're trying to liberalize prostitution, which leads us to a question, not about the two Michelles, but about prostitution. I've always wanted to talk about that with you and ask you if you think prostitution should be legalized in the United States of America. Now, I know this is it's a pretty difficult question for many people who think that the immediate answer should be no, it should remain illegal. But it is called the oldest profession for a reason. It certainly has been around before politicians stole the mantle from the prostitutes. But the fact of the matter is, look at how many politicians' lives have been ruined by using, prostitutes, okay? So the question is, do prostitutes save marriages or destroy marriages? Do prostitutes spread disease or actually contain disease? Is prostitution something to be reviled, revered, or simply decriminalized? You see, I didn't say legalize it as much as I would say should it be decriminalized. There's a big difference between decriminalizing something and legalizing something. There's a big difference between condoning something such as prostitution and decriminalizing it. And there are arguments to be had on both sides of the issue. I think we should have that discussion. So let's begin with a female, Joe in New York City on WOR. What do you think about prostitution? Should it be decriminalized or should it continue to be illegal?
Well, I lived in Reno, Nevada, and it's legal there in the outskirts of the town. I didn't like it because I think that it encouraged men, because it was illegal, to think that it was okay and to cheat on their wives. And
you mean it encouraged them to, because it was legal, not illegal. It was legal in Nevada.
Right.
Right. And of course the description of where it occurred, outskirts, is very apt in a certain way, but we'll play with those words another time. So you think it destroyed marriages or supported marriage?
Well, I think if the wives found out about it, it was extremely hurtful. And I know that some marriages were destroyed.
All right. Now, this is absolutely a truth, what you just said. However, not to play devil's advocate, but to play rational advocate here, isn't it also true that when there is no sex between parties, if a man indulges in such a thing and stays in the marriage, it's actually helpful towards marriage?
I think if the woman doesn't know about it, probably. But, a lot of this no sex in marriage has to do with both parties. And if the man is, partially responsible due to his behavior, then he thinks that, since there's no sex, it's okay to go outside the marriage. And he doesn't take as much responsibility for, the behavior in marriage.
No, I hear you. So it's a reversal of the 60s. You're saying if it don't feel good, don't do it.
Well, if it hurts.
Thank you for the call. 1-800-449-8255. Let's take the other side of the coin. Tom in New York on WOR. Are you for or against prostitution being decriminalized?
Well, I think it should be decriminalized because it's a business, and as long as the girls are seeing a doctor, One other thing, this woman, she hits her husband in bed, and he says, "What's that for?" And she says, "That's for being a lousy lover." So he hits her back, and she says, "What's that for?" And he says, "That's for knowing the difference,
Oh, that's bad. That reminds me of something that occurred when I was a local talk show host, 14, 15 years ago. I don't know how it came up, but we were talking point of view, So one wise guy called me from New York, and he said, it was from San Francisco. I was on in San Francisco, and he said, "Hey, Mike," he said, "I don't know what you're talking about, premature ejaculation." He said, "It takes me 30 seconds. I give him a chance."
There you go. Take care.
I told that joke last night to a couple of friends in a restaurant in San Francisco. They got a kick out of it. It's very funny. It's a male joke. Women don't like it. It's very degrading. But, let's not get into that. This is a family radio show. And I think that we should continue to talk about topics that are a little uncomfortable once in a while, don't you? Yes or no? You want to talk about this legalizing prostitution or not? I mean, we're adults. I mean, we're living in a country that's changing. It's changing in ways we know and in ways we can't even understand. And what we're seeing is the tip of the iceberg. And what's going on under the tip of the iceberg, underwater, is what I'm talking about. I talk about what's under the water. I'm talking about the iceberg below the water. And I think these social issues are what's going on under the water. So I think it's worth talking about decriminalizing some drugs, decriminalizing prostitution, or if you don't agree with that, then take the other side and tell us why.